2, 1. So the channel is live, and my role as a moderator will be from the back now. Over to you, Sergeant at Arms.
Should I go ahead to start?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'll start as if it was the same day itself. So I'll go with the dignitaries who are not here. Region 11, Advisor, DTM Ali Shahbaz Ali. District 20, Director, DTM Wafa Salman. District 20, Program Quality Director, DTM Mohammed Salim. District 20, Club Growth Director, DTM Al Kumra. Division D Director, DTM Pon Sankra. Event Chair, DTM Sanjeev Mohabbatra. District Officials, past, present, and future. Fellow Toastmasters and honorable guests. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the Bahrain Toastmasters Annual Contest for Division D for the term 2019-2020. May I ask our moderator to play the national anthem of the Kingdom of Bahrain?
I'm afraid this is not included in this segment because this is the afternoon segment. So,
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. This is DTM Khalid Abdullah, your Chief Sergeant Arm for today's contest. I'm sure you all agree. I'm sure you are all eager to develop your destiny with Division D. But since this is a historical moment for our beloved division, let me remind you of few rules related to such virtual contests. Kindly make sure that your device, either laptop or phone, are charged and you have stable internet connection. Although the chat box is permitted to co-host only, kindly refrain from any side chats in the chat box, especially when the contestant is giving a speech. Kindly mute your mics and close your video when the role players or contestants are speaking. We request all to log in with your correct name for the host and co-host to recognize you. Kindly avoid entering or leaving the virtual contest back and forth, as this would create unnecessary workload administering the waiting room. Kindly note that all contestants have full responsibility for their internet and stage setup. Contestants may not be able to compete unless they are able to share their video and be visible and audible to all. As the Chief Sergeant Arm, I will take care of preparing contestants to the speaking position before handing them over to contest masters for formal introduction. Timing will begin once formal introduction by the contest master is done, by any word uttered or stage act by the contestant. I will now read the district mission. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. With this, I'd like to introduce the Master of Ceremonies, who is Toastmaster Athriya. She sent me a nice quote, which says, "Be the kind of leader that you would follow," by Ryan Grompen, a budding Toastmaster who joined TMI in 2018 to develop her love for speaking and literature. She is a bookworm and loves to spend her time with the music, dance, baking, working as assistant finance manager, the current secretary of Balakat Toastmaster Club, presenting the MC for the second half of division contest. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Athriya to sail the ship for this virtual contest.
What they really want. Humans are never satisfied. But in all of this process, there is one thing we can do, and that is to love yourself. Self-love plays a very vital role. Despite all your failures, downfall, If you don't love yourself, you can never reach up there, reach where you really want. I would like to say just one thing. Keep your spirits up, love yourself, and the road to your vision is not long go. Back to you, contest chair.
Toastmaster Monica,
Yes,
how is it going so far?
it's good, it's good.
Excellent, I can hear you perfectly. So I assume you already pinned the timer?
Yes, I did.
Excellent. So whenever you're ready, just the usual smile with thumbs up, please. Excellent. Good luck. Contest master, all yours.
Thank you. Next contestant, Toastmaster Monica Gabriela, with the speech title, Not Known. Not known by Toastmaster Monica Gabriela.
Contest chair, distinguished judges, and my fellow Toastmasters and lovely guests, a very good evening. I would like to take this opportunity to talk about the situation we are all facing. We are all suffering the consequences of a pandemic. The world is suffering, our frontliners are suffering, and there are so many questions. When will this pandemic end? When will this crisis end? And sadly to say, there is no answer for any of those questions. But fellow Toastmasters, we should always see things with a silver lining. Even though, unfortunately, we are in a pandemic, we should see our surroundings. The environment is healing. Our ozone layer is healing. And we have all the time in the world to spend with our family, to spend with our loved ones. And I think that this pandemic situation was given to us to really think, for us to know and express what really matters to us. Because right now, money has no value. All our vacations were canceled, all our plans were canceled. And the things that remain are just your family, happiness, and what really matters to you. So, fellow Toastmasters, I hope that you are all safe, and let's continue to pray for our world. And I'll leave with a quote that says, whatever happens, this is only a lesson for all of us, and we should come out of this experience stronger than we were. Thank you. Back to you, contest chair.
Toastmaster Anush,
Yes,
how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much.
Excellent. I can hear you and I can see you so well. Can I just remind you to pin the timer if not already done?
Done. Thank you.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, just take your speaking position with thumbs up and a smile. Excellent. All the best. Contest master, all yours.
Thank you. Next contestant, Toastmaster Ranush Korean. Speech title, Not Known. Not known by Toastmaster Ranush Korean.
Contest master, judges, and my dear fellow Toastmasters. Good evening. What is faster than light? We humans have gone to space, have landed on the moon, have made vehicles faster than sound. But what is faster than light? Today morning, I got a message that read in my mobile, "When you are cooking, call me." That was from my mom. And guess what? Today morning, I made chicken biryani. Well, many of us are in different places at the moment. And your parents may be different, far away. I am currently in Saudi Arabia. My wife, my child, my brother, parents, they're on different countries as we speak. But no matter where you are, your parents, especially your mom, is there quick to reach out to you, faster than light. And next time when I see that chicken biryani, I will remember how fast my mom can reach me. A mother was the one who held your hand when you were very young, but remains in her heart forever. Let me wind up by quoting Robert Grainsman. A mother is a woman who can show you the light, even when you see only darkness. Thank you. Back to Contest Master.
Judges to mark the ballots.
Toastmaster Sushmita. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, Susmita, you're right.
Excellent. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm never better. Excellent. So I can hear you, I can see you so well. May I remind you to pin the timer, please?
Let me do that. So that's timer 1, yeah?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Done.
Excellent. So whenever you're ready, just take your speaking position and just give me thumbs up with a big smile. Excellent. Good luck. Contest masters, all yours.
Thank you. Next contestant, Toastmaster Sushmita Aroli, with the speech title, Not Known. Not known by Toastmaster Sushmita Aroli.
Contest chair, ladies and gentlemen, A man and a woman are involved in a very, very serious car accident. Now, this took place in a highway, and both cars crashed from opposing directions. Now, an onlooker would say that neither of them would have survived, but miraculously, both of them did. They crawled out of their cars, and the woman looked at the man and said, "Oh my gosh, you're a man, I'm a woman, we're both alive. This is a sign from God. This is a miracle." The man looked at the woman and said, oh, she was a very pretty woman, remember that. He looked at the woman and said, "Wow, yes, this is a miracle. I cannot believe it. We should try and get whatever we can from the cars and then talk." So both of them went to their cars, tried to pick out whatever they could. The woman opened her boot and found a bottle. Oh my gosh, look at this. There's a bottle of wine. Let's drink. Maybe God wants us to drink and celebrate. The man said, "Yes, give it to me." He opens it, drinks half the bottle, and says, "Here you go, my love." She takes the bottle. She puts the lid on it and hands it back to him. The man says, "Are you not going to drink, my love? Come on, let's celebrate. Tonight's our night. We're alive." The woman says, "No, I think I'm just going to wait for the police now." Moral of the story, when you mess with a woman, think twice. Over to you, contest chair.
One minute of silence for judges to mark their ballots.
Toastmaster Rufus, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Excellent. I can as well hear you properly. And I assume you already pinned the timer.
Yes,
as we
I've
speak.
done it. Correct.
Excellent. So whenever you are ready, the normal request, just give me and a smile. Good luck. Good luck. Contest
Thank you.
masters, all yours.
Thank you. The next contestant, Toastmaster Rufus Pinto. The speech title, Not Known. Not known by Toastmaster Rufus Pinto.
Our life depends on the choices we make. Contest master, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As I finished a telephonic conversation with my friend, my daughter came running up to me and said, "Daddy, I know the alphabet, B, C, D. Babes, alphabet start from A and end in Z. But Daddy, I heard you telling somebody that only 3 alphabets are important in life, B, C, D. Babes, that's right. But you didn't hear the full conversation. B stands for birth, D stands for death, and C stands for choices. B and D, we don't have any control, but we have control over the choices we make. That is C. So what do you prefer? What is your choice? So, okay, Daddy, I understood. She left. An hour later, she came running back and said, I know. A, B, T, D, E, F, G. And she completed till Z. Good choice. Fellow Toastmasters, in life, we take the easiest option. That's why we end in despair. We have only one alphabet which is important between birth and death, that is C. Instead of having home cooked food, we go for fast food. Instead of avoiding salt and sugar, we have excess of it. Instead of staying single, we get married and then we cry. So why not make the right choice and live happily? We always look out for shortcuts. That is where we make a mistake. Yes, fellow Toastmasters, to live a happy life, make a right choice and live before you die. Back to you.
Toastmaster Nikita, how is it going so far?
It's going good.
Okay. As long as you are enjoying it, may I just remind you to pin the timer, please?
Yeah, the time is.
Okay, excellent. Would you speak for a while? I think, Toastmaster Nikita, your internet connectivity is a bit low. Can you just speak for a while to make sure that you're okay?
Is it clear now, or is it still?
Yeah, it's okay, but I think maybe on the big day you need just to work on the internet connectivity just to make sure you are okay.
I'll make sure about that.
Okay, so whenever you are ready, you can just take your speaking position and with the regular request. Good luck. Contest master, all yours.
Thank you. So the last contestant tonight, Toastmaster Nikita Krishnadas, with the speech title, Not Known. Not known by Toastmaster Nikita Krishnadas.
The other day, as I was randomly scrolling through my various Instagram posts, one particular post caught my attention. In that, the words were written, "Make a promise today to stop worrying and start loving." Those words immediately caught my attention, and I started giving a thought about what they truly meant. And yes, fellow Toastmasters, how beautiful and relevant those words were. In life, when we stop worrying about the small, unnecessary, and trivial matters, we immediately open up our heart for much more positive feelings. When we make sure that we kick out feelings like doubts, insecurities, and worries, we immediately open up our heart to more love, care, and positivity. What matters in life, fellow Toastmasters, is setting your priority. Who you prioritize, what you prioritize, what you love, and living your life according to that. The one thing that this global pandemic has taught us is to sit down, relax, and peacefully think about what and where our true priorities lie. So live your life according to your priorities. Stop worrying and always remember the following words. When your mind is quiet, your soul will speak to you. Contest chair.
One minute of silence for judges to mark their ballots. One more minute for judges to tally the scores.
Contest master, there's one more contestant in the line, Toastmaster Fatma.
Oh, yes, my apology. My apology. Yes.
Sure. Toastmaster Fatma,
Yes. DTM Khalid.
how does it feel to be left out?
That's okay. I don't mind it. It's all right. All good.
May I remind you to pin
As
the
long as
timer?
I'm here.
Yeah, 1
The
second apology.
timer is, hold on a second. Pin video. Okay, the timer is pinned.
Okay, so whenever you are ready, if you can just take your speaking position. Thumbs up with a smile to start the contest. Good luck. Contest masters, all yours.
Thank you. So once again, apology. Now we have the last contestant, Toastmaster Fatima Hussain, with the speech title, Not Known. Not known by Toastmaster Fatima Hussain.
Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, have you ever overpacked? When I was a kid, my school backpack used to be half my weight. And as I grew older, my handbag became overweight. And when I travel, my luggage used to always be the maximum allowable weight permitted by the airline. Now, I do know that overpacking is a hassle, dragging things around which I might not need, but the comfort of having them there is good. Until one day on a travel, when the airline lost my luggage for good. I learned many lessons, and I went through a self-discovering journey. I realized that I did not need a lot of items to survive. But most importantly, I learned that what I've been overpacking over the years was not only in the luggage and bags and handbags, but rather what's in here. Overpacked emotional baggage that serves nothing but anxiety, holding on to fear, anger over someone or something. Imagine what will happen if I let go and lose the baggage. Will I be more free? So ladies and gentlemen, do you overpack in here? What will happen if you lose the baggage? Let us be more free. Back to you, contest chair.
One minute of silence for judges to mark the ballots. One more minute for judges to tally the scores. So ladies and gentlemen, with that, we come to the end of International Speech Mock Contest 2020 for BTAC D. I hope you all enjoyed the contest as much as I did. Before I sign off, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the Chief Judge, judging panel, timers, telecounters, sergeant arms, contestants, and not to forget your lovely audience for your kind cooperation. And now I hand over the control to our charming Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Athira Menon.
Requesting the moderator to let in, the tally counter room. Moderator, there's one more tally counter, Parimula Pradeep. You need to allow her to the isolation room.
Madam Chief Judge, are the telecounters done with their duty?
Yes, Chief Judge and telecounters are in the counting room. You can continue or hand over to the...
Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen. And now I hand over the control back to the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Athira Menon.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anil Pachlangia, for conducting the International Speech Contest so efficiently. Now, towards the next session, where your clarifications will be addressed. Let's welcome our tech-savvy Zoom session architect, Toastmaster Kajitan Barreto, joining us all the way from Kuwait to conduct the question and answer session. To clarify, please unmute yourself and fire away. Thank you.
Yes, I have allowed any participant to unmute by themselves, and then they may pose the question and I can answer them for you. Sushmita Aroli. Please, you can unmute yourself. Yes.
Yeah. So my question is, I just talked to Toastmaster Khalid about this. My timer screen completely disappeared when I was giving my speech. And I was told that it was a technical failure and this may happen. And my question is, in those circumstances, would you recommend that we have like a private timer next to our screens that we put on ourselves? Because the second timer won't pin himself, yeah?
No, okay, that's a good question, and it's great that the technical failure actually happened during the mock contest. I don't know whether they did it as a deliberate test, and if so, they can confirm for us. What should happen is the second timer would have enabled his video automatically. It would not be pinned, but as long as you're using a laptop, you should have seen it lighted up on top of your screen. Did that happen or no? And we would like to know that feedback from you, Sushmita.
My question is, because there are so many video participants, I think the second timer got lost in the sea of participants.
That would not be the case because a sergeant at arms disable all videos except for the contest master and the video timer. So there would be no other person who would have the ability to turn on their video.
Okay, so in the middle of my speech, when the timer screen disappeared, I saw Toastmaster Anil's screen. So I don't know, I couldn't see the second timer. Maybe I missed it, I don't know, but that's what I saw.
Yes, so if it is entire, let the timers clarify their stance on that, because if the other timer was not able to switch on his video and you were not seeing it, that's actually a technical failure from our side. Okay. Timer 1 or timer 2, can you all clarify to Sushmita what happened?
Yeah, good evening, Toastmasters Kajetan. Actually, we did the test. I take the mock. We want to prepare ourselves for the actual meeting. We purposely, I got the leave the meeting, and our second timer took the place. And as same, I did the second session. He got the interrupted, and I took the same place. But the participant, if they hide the non-video participant, then easily they can access the second timer immediate, because there will be no more windows at the top.
So great. So now that you have clarified what actually happened, what I would like to understand from, because they are the people who will be affected by this. So let's, now I would like to get some feedback from Sushmita. First of all, did you use the option hide non-video participant on your laptop?
Well, I remembered it, but I forgot how to do it. I remember you saying it, but I tried to do it and I forgot. Could you please remind me how to do it?
So this is a good lesson actually for us to prepare ourselves for such eventuality. Of course, we would not play around with it on the live, but in case such a case happened, something went wrong. The important thing is the contestants have been briefed regularly that they must do the hide non-video participant. And please, you can do this now itself and keep it so that it's a permanent setting. It's not something you have to remember to do on that day. Just go to your Zoom settings and I can show it to you how it for all the participants, how it should be.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Can you please do?
So you should see something like video settings. Can you see the screen which shows video settings? Go to your video settings, all participants, and make sure that you scroll down here and enable this option, hide non-video participant.
Okay.
All contestants should do it now itself, so by mistake or you don't forget it. So this becomes your permanent setting. So in case such an emergency happened, you are ready for that emergency.
Right. That's perfect.
First, Kajetan, one more thing I want to clarify.
If it is a technical between role players, we will do it ourselves because I want to make sure the contestants are comfortable. They don't have any issues with us because they are the ones who will have to actually worry about all these minor things.
I've got one more question, if that's okay.
Sure.
So I had a friend log in as well, and I was told that my video kept cracking. Now, I don't know if that was because of the Wi-Fi, and if it was, what do you recommend? What can I do to avoid the cracking of the screen?
Yeah, I can only advise to use the best internet that you can. And that's the simplest answer I can give in terms of the type of internet that you have. I don't know whether you have a router. I don't know if you have a broadband connection, but whatever it is, first thing, as I have sort of trained you all, on that day, whatever connection you have, make sure that it's dedicated only to you. If it is being shared, ask your family members not to use during your speech. Nobody should make use of that bandwidth. And yeah, so of course, since you are now talking about having a shot at DTAC, you all have, I'm assuming, in Bahrain, 5G, for example. So if you could subscribe to a 5G connection, it can make a difference. For example, when I upgraded 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago from 5G, the speed increase was something like 700 times what I used to get from 4G. So I never have to worry about connectivity. I don't have to worry about video. And of course, that depends on the affordability of it, but that's what is currently as the best 5G solution. If you have a broadband connection, obviously you will also be, but if you're using a hotspot from your mobile or something like that, which is not very strong, then you might face, many contestants today have faced this, and those who have faced it, our Sergeant at Arms has highlighted to them that their connection is not stable. So they should address or try to address it before the main contest.
Right, okay. Could there be another reason to why the video cracks, or is that the only possible reason? I'm just trying to,
Yeah, from a technical perspective, as far as we know, that's the only reason why the video will, some of your contestants, actually the video suddenly becomes small. The reason it does that is because Zoom detects that you don't have enough bandwidth between the server and yourself, and tries to sort of show some video. It can't show the big video, so it tries to make the video small. And many observers might have noticed some of the contestants had that problem. Their video suddenly became small. This was Zoom trying to sort of compensate for your weak signal.
All right.
If I may add to you, AD Kajetan, just a small comment, Toastmaster Sushmita.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I would have to practice saying your name. Don't worry about the weak connectivity. I mean, it happens. If your video got disconnected for some time or disturbed, the judges will not really penalize you for that. It happens. You can't really have full control over that. But definitely, as what AD Kajetan said, if you have better connectivity, then of course that would be better.
My only concern is if it happens to a contestant, the flow of the speech, disappears, and then that makes it difficult for the judges to follow. Like, that's the only concern. But hopefully, it won't happen on the day, and we will all be fine.
Same in case of Toastmaster and Nikita. Nikita's the video and the audio were not synchronizing.
Yes.
Yeah. So like judges were mentioning that, and Monica had a problem with her video also, and two of them, I think, both of them. So we have to make sure that like yesterday division contest, it was like everything went on well. I think the Wi-Fi connectivity was strong or something. I don't know. Kajetan, how was it? Yesterday it was really good. The connection was really good.
Okay, maybe Bahrain had a sort of everyone was quiet, not using internet too much at that time.
No, it is quite right, I think, because if you do the contest in the morning, you don't expect it to have the same load as of now. Yeah,
of course, because people are Ramadan time, so by up to 11, 12 o'clock, nobody is actually doing anything heavy. They are either taking a rest or something like that. So at this time, you would expect these problems, and we have faced it because after 7, 8 o'clock, everyone wants to sort of get active.
And
yeah, go ahead, Rosalind.
Yeah, another thing is the contest master for international, the speaking order, first time he told one speaking order, second time another speaking order. So it was not correct. So he has to take care of it. And one more thing I wanted to say is, these are the two things I want. Head of education, Jyoti is there. Jyoti Basu.
Yes, ma'am.
The two tally counters will be there'll be tally counters only for the table topics and international. They requested me that they cannot be for the first two sessions. They are there only for the second session with me. Okay.
Yeah. First two sessions, Chief Judge, he is arranging their tally counters.
Thank you.
If you want, we can give one more tally counter, ma'am, Roslyn, ma'am, or it's enough.
Yeah, both are experienced actually. Both of them have done it for the other division, so we can manage.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, Kajitan and Khalid, as far as the video quality is concerned, would subscribing for a bigger package help with Betelco or Zane or whoever?
Increasing the from 5G, let's say you have 1 terabyte, making it 2 terabyte doesn't really make any difference because your the connection still is the same. You just have asked for more data, but you have not increased your bandwidth. And the only way you can get the bandwidth issue sorted out is to have a different kind of hardware, which would be like if you're using 4G, then 5G would give you the better thing. Or if you have let's say a router, if you have in a home a router, and then possibly you could use a cable to connect from the router to your laptop, that gives you a more stable connection. These are the type of things you could do to improve your connection.
Yeah, or sit right next to
or
your
sit
router.
right next to, or move your router next to the window so that it gets a better signal.
Yeah, if that's possible. Also, the router itself, the brand of the router itself matters, right?
I wouldn't put too much thing on the brand itself. That might give you more stability, but it would not necessarily give you a higher speed because they all use, internally they all use the same chips. Outside they might package it differently, but the chips for 3G or 4G conversion would be more or less the same.
Yeah.
What's your job?
I think for me, he's IT definitely. For me, if I want to really have a measurement over my internet speed, I just, whenever I see a drop in my internet speed, I go around and look for my kid holding an iPad.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. On that day, ask your family for help. Please help me.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I did. Any additional phones, I turned off Wi-Fi.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mr. Moderator.
Yes, Anil.
So can we have the confirmation from the contestants, like if they have changed the settings permanently?
This, of course, I advise you to meet them again also. Just have a Zoom meeting with them one more time. Just get them comfortable and try. And we can be there to support you, but you should sort of have additional sessions with them one-on-one, make sure that they feel comfortable. I felt everyone was up to speed. I mean, we have deliberately created a problem for them. And of course, there is no penalty today. Nobody is getting disqualified. But we wanted to test ourselves for that eventuality, right, of the timers getting disconnected or something like that. But I felt, except for the video quality or this thing, all have done their job. I don't know what happened in the speaking order. I knew there was something wrong, but I was too busy. Yeah.
Yeah. With regards to the speaking order, like one of the contestants has dropped out due to health reasons, and one of the speaker was slotted to speak at a certain slot. But at that particular time, there was some it's a Ramadan time. So possibly if she had spoken at the same slot, she would have had like issue of audio. There was some noise disturbance like near our house.
Okay. So we were not aware of it. And, yeah.
Yeah, but Anil, we never change the speaking order. Even when contestants back out or are not able to participate, we keep the order as is, as was drawn. And then we announce to the judges that contestant number 3 is not participating today. We do not change the order because that would confuse everything and might even result in incorrect results.
Yeah, definitely in the main contest, definitely. But today being a mock contest, like we just went that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I would request the question and answer session basically from the contestants and judges. Then after the adjournment of a meeting, I request all the committee members, volunteers, please stay here so that 10 minutes we can discuss among our fault everything. After officially we adjourn the meeting. So now the question answer session is open only to the contestants and chief judge or any panel of judges if they want.
I think I mentioned my, I mean, like whatever was for my side, I already mentioned it, Chairperson.
Thank you.
Any contestants have any concerns, let us know. We can answer. All the key players are here today.
Contestants, you don't have any questions? Great. So from our chief judge side, everything is okay. She has already informed. Now the control is over to the master of MC, master of ceremonies.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Kachitan, for clarifying all our doubts. Now to deliver the vote of thanks, we have a shining Toastmaster, the master brain behind the contest. No money, no honey fame. The evergreen and the exuberant, our event chairperson, DTM Sanjeev K. Mohapatra.
Thank you, master of ceremonies. Division D Director, DTM Pansankar Pandian, fellow Toastmasters and honorable guests. Good evening. Gratitude is the express of our own feelings. And today, I am going to express our gratitude with a simple word, but it is a miracle word. Thank you. First of all, our sincere thanks to our Chief Judge, Madam Rosalyn Roy, and her panel of judges for judging this mock contest. My heartful thanks to our Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Athira Menon, and our contest masters, DTM Geeta Panachwami and Anil Panchalingia, for spending their time for the preparation for this contest and guiding the contestant in an excellent way. Our sincere thanks to the tally counters, timers, and complete panel of sergeant at arms for doing their excellent job. Our great thanks to our moderator, Toastmaster Kajetan. Without him, we are nothing. Thank you, Toastmaster Kajetan, for guiding us from beginning of the contest and from planning to finishing. Our sincere thanks to our Division B Director for taking up the role as a Chief Sergeant at Arms. He became a professional Chief Sergeant at Arms from all the division contests. Really, we are thankful to you. Our great thanks to one of the observers, and we are thankful to her that she is ready to take up the challenge of head of IT, distinguished Toastmaster Alifia. Thank you, madam, for taking up this role. My sincere thanks to all the contestants for coming forward to this mock contest and practicing in an excellent way and asking the questions and getting their answers. My sincere thanks to all the audience for attending this contest, and a big thanks to our distinguished Toastmaster Pansankar Pandian for organizing this excellent event and involving all the volunteers. My dear friends, you have joined our Toastmasters contest, mock contest, for the quest of your knowledge. So thanks to all of you. Back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, DTM Sanjeev. Thank you all. I give the control back to our Division Director, DTM Pansankar Pandian.
Thank you, MC. My sincere thanks to our energetic and efficient event chairperson, DTM Sanjeev K. Mohapatra, for spearheading the entire event in his hand.
Thank you very much. And by this, I adjourned Division D to table topic and international speech mock contest to adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And once again, good evening to you all. I request all the contest chairs and master of ceremonies, timers, and all the volunteers, our committee members, please stay here so we can further discuss about how we can rectify our, how we can improve our contest in a better way. So judges, chief judges, and contestants, you are free. If you want to go, please, you can go. Thank you very much.
DTM Sajita is ready for some points.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So let us go ahead, start with the DTM Sajita.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I was closely watching the whole contest. As Sushmita mentioned, like the video quality, I think it was not okay. Even when DTM Sanjeev Mahapatra, when he was speaking, the voice was not matching the video. So maybe because this is because of the contestants and the role players bandwidth, that was really an issue. I was thinking like, even I think most of the contestants, the video was not stable. It kept shaking. That's one thing I noticed. And the second thing, there was a slight confusion in the middle when the table topics contestant was not brought into the venue on time from the room to the isolation room to the main room. That was one issue. And the third thing I noticed was again the timer, but he explained that the second the timer was not, or they purposefully, deliberately, they made a problem so that they can know how to solve the problem on a real this one context. But in our WhatsApp group, I saw that the timer was, the second timer was not there. So we have to be careful about that. And these are some of the issues that I noticed.
Excellent, good suggestion how we can rectify this.
Yeah, the first one, the video quality, like when the contest master, we have to, the head of education, when he speaks to the contest masters, as Toastmaster Kejetan proposed, the contest chairs, they have to have a one-to-one meeting with the contestants, right? That time, the contest chairs should advise the contestants to, go for a better clarity. They have to check in. So before the contest, prior to the contest, let the contestants check the video quality with their friends or with their family, so it won't be a problem for the real contest day. That's one thing that we can do. And the second thing, the timer, I noticed in our group, there was an issue. The second timer was not there. So we need to arrange another timer, I believe, for the full time. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
actually we have two timers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
so.
But the second one was, I think there was an issue.
In the first half or the second half? In the table topic contest or the international speech?
First half, I believe.
Yeah, first half I got disconnected and Toastmaster Prabodha took it over. So what about from other contestant? Did they notice or no?
I noticed because I was sitting with a very critical eye. Probably I noticed because there was a time lag.
Okay,
so I was
we will take care.
Yeah. Maybe others didn't notice, I don't know, but I noticed there was a time lag of maybe 30 seconds to one minute time. The screen was like, there was nothing visible on the screen. And the third thing, okay, one more point I wanted to tell you, there was no sync between the photograph that was shown and the person that was mentioned in the speech. I think it was DTM Ponshangar when he was speaking and he was talking about Alifia, Toastmaster DTM Alifia. I believe the photograph was not shown that time. So there was a slow, lack of sync.
But DTM Alifia name was not there from beginning at all. DTM Pansankar, you have talked anything about DTM Alifia?
Oh, during my address, I was mentioning about DTM Alifia.
Yeah, no, who mentioned?
No, she is correct. I also noticed, but not for the Alifia, for someone else. I also noticed name pronounced by others and screen by some other. Sometimes it happens when you share the screen, display little late.
Yeah.
I think I know what DTM Sajitha is trying to say. When I think DTM Sanjeeb was mentioning her name, I think she opened her mic, and that's why maybe her photo came in, but she did not say anything. So that's why DTM Sanjeeb took over. So that was normal, DTM Sajitha. It's just because she wanted to say something.
Yeah.
And she can correct me if I'm wrong. She's listening to that. So that I assume that's what happened.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe there's a slight lack of sync between like.
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah.
You're right,
Thank you.
DTM Khalid. I wanted to speak that time, but I think it was just in the flow of the movement. So and he carried on.
Exactly. Yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt him during that time.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Now you can speak.
I know. As an observer today, I'm just going to observe, and probably when we discuss, I'll give my comments.
No. Now you are officially head of IT, so you are no more observer.
Okay.
Actually, you are observer up to end of the contest.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Division D Director DTM Pon Shankara. One thing I also would like to mention here, since it is the mock contest, it doesn't matter. But since it is the live going, we cannot edit the video. And if any one of you noticed, our contest master international, Toastmaster Anil or DTM Anil, I don't know, you wrongly pronounced the timing of the speech. For your mouth, it came the 1 hour 30 seconds. So in the real contest, I have to take care because it is the live video, we cannot edit.
Correct.
It happens sometime. Thank you.
Okay.
Did anyone you noticed that one?
Yes, I too noticed.
Yeah.
Nice observation.
It seems that both timers are
So we have to careful because since we are the live.
Absolutely. Master Anil, since both timers are hitting on you, let me as well complete it as well with my observation as well. So,
Khalid, I have a question. Were you turning off the video? Did you have to turn off the video and the audio for the contestants after they had performed, or did they do it by themselves?
Okay, that's a good question, because I was about to say something relevant to that. Yeah, some of the contestants were doing it by themselves, so I was happy about that. But I felt it seems that we have some syncing between both of us, because I felt that you forgot to do it. Both contestants, but it seems that the contestants are doing it. But there are some times where they don't do it. So I had to intervene and do it myself. So I think it's either that the contestants are doing their job properly, or maybe because we are off sync with both of us.
During the briefing, I did tell them to turn off their own video. I did tell them to do that. But it's just today I forgot to hide non-video participants. So I didn't want to, quit and exit the screen and go back and do it halfway through. So I could see everyone in my top panel. So I wasn't able to see the contestants for me to tell whether they were still on, their videos and audios were still on. I couldn't tell. So I was, depending on you to do that. And I was hoping that they themselves would do it after the briefing, or you'd take it over. So ordinarily, it would be your responsibility, or would it be mine? I will set it to non-video participants. I'll hide non-video participants because I sometimes use Zoom for my own sessions, meditation sessions. So I need to see who's present. So I have to switch that option. Okay, so one more question was...
before we go to the next question, DTM Geeta, let me just comment on that.
Sure.
I think the agreement was that the contest masters would switch off and mute the contestant. So that was my agreement, or the agreement that I had in mind. So what I used to do, I used to leave them for a while, and you are right in that. Some of them, they just do it by themselves, and I was very impressed. because some of them they forget, so I intervene and do it. And I know, but just before you go to the next point, Toastmaster Anil, I noticed that you were not muting and unmuting yourself. So sometimes I used to do it for you, and other times maybe we were like out of sync. So I used to do it, and then something was not there. So you just need to remember that. To remember, of course, to take care of yourself, and then take care of the contestant once they are done. So that's my observation. And your second point, DTM Geeta?
No, I was just wondering if it would be too much to ask you to to check the muting and the turning the video off for the contestants after they have performed, because we guys are, the contest chairs are busy looking at the timing device and ready to announce the 1 minute silence, or looking at the next, I have my own technique of changing the contestant number and then getting the next contestant's name from a list, So we are busy looking at our own word screens, trying to, getting ready for the next contestant. So we are not quite free to mute the contestants or whatever. So I was wondering if it would be too much to ask that of you.
No, count on me. I'm already doing it because I have to check after you and after the contestant if, God forbid, you forgot or you missed it. So that's
thank you.
But
Thank
I'm
you,
happy
because
to do
that
it
would
on your behalf.
free up the mind. Yeah, because we are preoccupied with who's the next contestant, and it's very quick. All right. So the next thing, one little suggestion is for us contest chairs, when we come to the last contestant, we do not say the last contestant is so-and-so, because we just say contestant number 8, and then
absolutely, I agree with that.
This might create some sort of a fatigue in the minds of the judges, judging fatigue. At last, the few effect might set in before they begin listening to the contestants. So we usually don't say that. At the end of it all, we just say that was the end of the contest, or that was our last contestant.
Very nice.
After they are done grading. Yeah.
Very deep one as well. Yeah.
Great. Actually, I have one suggestion. During the contest, after this contestant address to the contest master, is it necessary that the contest master video should be on? Because some judges, they are looking from the gallery point of view, and when they are watching the contestant and with other photos, videos, it may little distract them, especially in our stage contest. As soon as the contestant is saying the contest chair, then contest chair is sitting on his seat. So what is your suggestion?
I need to question Sanjeev, why are judges watching from gallery view? They should not be. They should be watching from speaker view, because that gives them the best view of the speaker. Gallery view will give them a small window of the speaker, and they won't be able to judge effectively the expressions or the emotions. So my instruction to chief judges, they should always use speaker view.
I agree that one, but still some judges are doing like that.
No, no, we cannot. What I'm saying is, the judges are giving what I should say, not good this thing for the contestant, right? Because they should watch them on speaker view, not on gallery.
They're not being fair. They're not being fair to the
They're
contestant.
not being fair, yeah.
Yeah, so they should be trained again or reminded again to switch to active speaker view.
Okay, that is judging part. But from our side, is it necessary for, while the contest is going on, that the contest chair video need to be on?
So the reasoning why I, as a moderator, recommend that is, at least the speaker has some feedback that what he's saying is somebody is listening to him. So the contest master is giving that feedback, and sort of, otherwise a contestant speaking to a blank wall doesn't know that his voice is actually being heard or not. So with that, at least one person giving that feedback, we have that assurance to the contestant that somebody is listening, and it is his words are being heard by somebody.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
So
I
my
think just
advice,
to add,
keep it on.
just to add to that, especially in the humorous contest, because in a humorous contest, you need to have some audience to like react to you,
laugh,
at least smile. Yeah. So that's really important.
Actually, I have a question regarding that. I think one of the judging criteria on the judging ballot is audience reaction, and it carries a certain percentage of weighting. If I'm not
Yes.
mistaken, 10%
Absolutely.
of the total 100 goes to audience reaction. So how are the judges, have they been trained differently to not give it too much weighting and to redistribute that weighting to something else?
Well,
Some of the criterion?
if I have done the judges training, then I have clearly specified to the judges that weightage has to be assumed that whatever they felt was their reaction to assign the value based on that. So if they smiled or they laughed, then they would then assign that rating to that criteria or that KPI.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So what is the suggestion now? Finally, during the contest time, when the contestant is speaking, we will keep
The
contest
video
chair
should be
video
on.
on.
Yes, the video should be on.
Okay. Because sometimes what happens, like today, the Toastmaster Anil, he changed the speaking order, and somebody is trying to check with him in the WhatsApp. So if he's already in the video, may not be in, he will be busy in the video and may not be concentrated on the checking the WhatsApp also. That is another.
Well, in a real contest, we hope such things don't happen. But as a contest master, during the entire contest, your focus should be with your contestant. You should be shutting down your video. If anything is going on, you are listening and you're giving feedback to the contestant. That's your job for that day.
But that's not to say we are supposed to give them any signals if their mic is not working or if their video
that's the
is
chief
not
judge's
synced.
responsibility. Yours is they see you and they see you smiling. They know their words are working.
True. Yeah.
Excuse me,
so
everyone. Sorry to cut you, brother Sanjeev. I'm just about to have another meeting in 15 minutes. So if you don't have anything to me, would I be able to excuse myself for now?
I believe so.
Yeah. Why not? Please.
Thank you. Thank
Alifia,
you so much.
you're still here. I have some questions for Alifia.
Okay, she's here, but don't hold her too much because I have a meeting with her in 15 minutes.
All right. So Alifia, you have seen now the flow, and of course there are additional slides at the end for winners and all those things. So I assume I've been told today that you will take over this role of managing the slides.
Okay. So
Are
I
you
will
going
need
to, because there are certain steps that would have to happen if that is to go. First of all, I need to validate that your system will work as I expect it to. The timing is very important. It cannot be even 1 second extra. When say over
yeah,
to
we have
contest
the
master.
timing slides.
Yeah, it has to be precise. So if that has to happen, first of all, I'll need to spend some time with you one-to-one. And then you have to then spend time with the contest masters, because I have worked with all the 4 contest masters and I know now how they react and when to show, what to show. So that whole rehearsal, you will have to do it yourself if you want to feel. I would have preferred it done today, but since it was done at the last minute, it couldn't be done because we didn't want to mess up the mock itself.
Right.
So you have to let me know what's your status on that.
So I think DTM Khalid was mistaken. Today, it's that on Monday, the call. I think I have to tell him this. Today is Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So I don't, yeah. So I think a call for it's on Monday. So I can stay back for some time right now if you want to do it. And we can get this done. I'm okay about it.
Okay.
Or maybe then tomorrow morning, if we are okay, then we can, you and me just one-to-one. Let me understand this first. And then I can practice it with the 4 contest masters. Just me and the 4 contest masters one of the evening.
Yeah. Okay, because they know what should happen anyway, so they would can work with you on that.
Okay, so I think let's do it tomorrow morning, you and me, and then I can have the 4 contest masters and the contest officials one of the time, one of the evenings, and I can get this going then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for suggestion from the contest officials if they're okay about it.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with it too. I just have a question. Did the district officers or our regional advisor attend the other division contests? Can we expect them here too? Should we address them? Because if they're not present.
Yes, they will be attending our contest.
Okay, then I'd like.
Region advisor as well as trios, district trios, they are attending.
I'd like their names and titles, please. You can put it in the group.